Hello. Y'all, tonight's gonna be fun. I'm really excited about it. I hope you are too. Because we're making gnomes. So I hope you're ready for this. Alright. These are the tree cutouts. Okay, we're gonna paint them real quick. Okay? We're gonna do red for one. And I'm going to do just a tiny bit of water so we get a nice bright red for the background. Oh, let me move that. Hi Deborah, hey Tina, welcome. Alright, here we go. Let me get this one out of the way. I'm using my artist paintbrush. I love this brush. It's awesome. If you don't have one, they are great. And I just so happen to have some right here ready for my live sale on Saturday. Hi Michelle, hey Rachel, hi Mom. Thank you Tina, I appreciate you sprinkling. Hi Pamela, welcome. Okay. I want this to be a nice dark red background, okay? And I'm going to try and not get red all over me when I paint the sides, okay? I'm not going to do the backs of them, but I definitely want to do the sides. Alright. Hi Cindy, welcome. Thank you Pamela, I appreciate that. Alright, let me just dry this really fast before I set it up on the other side and get it all over the place. Hi Jackie. How are you guys doing? I hope you had a great day today. I did. I've been working hard all day long. But after work, I put together a bunch of kits with new transfers, and y'all, I didn't even realize this, but there's a new Try Me kit that was released on my website. It's only like 23 bucks. Hi Sharon. And it comes with all the stuff that you need. 2 paste packs, an A-size transfer, that 5x7 box frame, which is so cute. Y'all, I hope you're excited because I have put together some new kinds of kits. So I know normally I do like the 5x5s or the those like rectangle simple shapes or the houses. I have those, okay, but in addition to those, I've got some palette boards, some 5x7 palettes, and I also have some, what am I doing? Oh. Let me dry this, and then also the 5x7 box frames and some 5x5 box frames too. I'm really pumped about it. So I hope you're able to join me on Saturday evening for my live sale. Alright, I'm going to set that right over here for a minute while we paint this one. So I want to do teal on this one, of course. I'm going to do teal. And we're going to use Cadet for this other one, okay? Where did I put my other paintbrush? Here it is. Alright. Hopefully this will be a big enough paintbrush. I really need to get myself a second artist toolkit with a second big paintbrush because I use, a lot of the time I do multiple colors. And I like to be able to go wash that brush in the sink before I use it on a different color, especially with a dark color like that red. I don't want to try dipping it into my teal if I haven't washed it good enough, you know. I suppose I could put it on a color tray or something, but who has time for that? Alright. Hi Linda, welcome. Hi Tracy. How y'all doing? Alright, we're making some gnomes. with the tree cutouts. So if you want this, you can type cutout in the comments here and get the link to get your own. I think this is going to be a fun project. And I was late because I've been trying to teach myself really quick how to make some little poof balls for the top of his hat. So, and y'all, okay, so Chris has a cold. He's had a cold since he started feeling not great last night, and I don't think he's really got a temperature like that bad or anything, okay? But let me just tell y'all, I have a big old man baby in this house right now. I mean, he might as well be dying. I love him dearly, but good Lord. Hi, Miranda. So, anywho, I made a roast for dinner tonight in the crock pot. It was delightful. With like potatoes and carrots and celery and all that stuff in there. It was good. Trying to cook at home more instead of, because we eat out a lot. And we just have to stop it. You know, it's expensive, not only that, but also, you know, I've gained like 10 pounds in probably the last month, and I've got to chill out. So I can't keep doing this. All right. I know, this is such a great color. This is Couture Teal. It's a great color, and I love it for Christmas. Using blues, I really do. So, I think it's the perfect color for this. Isn't it great? Ooh, purple. Ooh, I love that idea. That's a great idea right there. Man. I'll have to incorporate purple and silver into one of the next Christmas projects that I do, because I love that idea. Seriously, Jackie, I mean, my God, okay? He told me yesterday, he's like, I have a dentist appointment. Okay, so try not to talk too loud, okay, but whatever, it's fine. He even told me last night, I know I'm being such a baby about this, but I'm sick. I don't get to be sick, y'all. I don't even have kids. Anyways. So he's telling me last night that, oh look, I have a 3-day week because he has a dentist appointment on Friday, right? And then next week he has a 3-day week too. And then the week after, last week, whenever we went out of town, he had a 3-day week. So it's just been easy, right? And then he's telling me, oh, I'm so sick. I think I need to cancel my dentist appointment on Friday. I don't think I'm going to be able to go. And then he came home from work early today. I'm like, you're such a brat. Seriously. It's fine. Y'all are funny. I'm glad that you agree that it's ridiculous. But I've been looking at, I really want to go somewhere, like after Christmas or whatever, because I have some vacation time. And so I think we're going to see if Chris's mom wants to come in and spend a week up here. Hi, Amy. Thank you. And, so I've been looking at, like, Dollywood. Where is that? It's in, Pigeon Forge. So that's what I'm thinking that we're gonna do. I would like to anyway. I gotta call his mom and see if she's into it. I really wish that his sister and brother-in-law would come in with the kids, because I think Dollywood would be so much fun with the kids. And they have little kids, so like they would have a blast. And at Christmas time, the Christmas lights are all out. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, I really want to go. And I'm sure his mom will want to come in the week after Christmas. But honestly, even if she doesn't, I think maybe me and Chris should go do that. I think we should. Okay. Alrighty then. And y'all, I found that all of the houses, like, to rent over there are insanely expensive. Okay, not into it. I've literally only found one place for rent that was even anywhere near a budget that I could find acceptable. Alright, so now, here's my two little gnome bodies, or whatever they are. Hats, I guess they are. I don't know. Let me put that down there. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. Okay, so this is like a sweater material. I think that one's perfect. And some stripes, okay? So, of course, you know, I think I want to do this backwards. I think we're going to do the stripes on this guy, and then the sweater material on this guy. So, let's make sure that we wax, okay? Yeah, I'm really excited to go. I really am. Jackie, I don't know how long it's been since you've been there, but is there anything else in that area that you would recommend us doing? I mean, like, we're not like big hikers. Now, his brother-in-law definitely is, but I am not really into like hiking or any of that stuff. And it's going to be cold, okay? Christmas in Tennessee is no joke. I don't want to be like always outdoor activities, you know, but like, I don't know what there is. Maybe some shopping opportunities. You know, I love a good like antique store. If I can drag Chris into an antique store, then, you know, even better. Oops. All right. So I'm not going to fuzz this because the, oh, I'm choking here. Excuse me. Because the silk screen is such a big area, I'm just going to let it be. And actually, before I even do that, I think I want to tape off the sides so that I don't get any paste on the edges. I think because I feel like with such a huge silk screen, I might make a mess. So let's try not. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely down for that. So even if Jen doesn't come in, oh crap, you know what? Y'all, I'm messing up. Okay, just ignore that I just stuck that there and pretend like I've already waxed it. Okay, but we're gonna do that real quick. Because sticking this tape on here is definitely gonna pull up some of that paste. So let me stick this on here. And try to do it good. Okay, I want to not have that paste run over, and hopefully it won't like catch in this little spot and then make it really bad. It would be my luck, okay, for it to do that. All right, so I want to do the other side also. All right. Okay, the Titanic Museum is there in Pigeon Forge because I definitely want to do that, for sure. Without a doubt, I want to do that. Okay. Okay, I'm with this. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Terry. We're doing it. It's a done deal already, okay? That sounds fun. Chris is going to hate it. It'll be fine. Whatever. He likes going to museums and stuff. I do Every time we take a trip, there has to be something educational. We have got to learn something at some point in the trip. Even if we're like on a beach, whenever we were in in Las Vegas, we went to the Gangster Museum. I gotta be learning something, y'all. Whenever we used to take Ivy to, like every year we would go somewhere over the summer and she would always say, because she didn't like ever do vacations or whatever, and she would say like, oh, I don't know why we always have to go do this, but because you're not going to be able to take time off from work whenever you're a grown up, and you're going to miss this. But we would always go to the what's it called, that Ripley's Believe It or Not. Y'all, I love those. Every town that we have ever gone to, if there is a Ripley's in that town, I've been there. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. Anybody else love Ripley's? Okay, yeah. I've seen pictures and I've read a bunch of stuff today about it. And I think that's what we want to do. That's what I want to do. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I love a good wax museum too. Obviously, that is a really good place to go. Let me get these out of here. These are the inks from last night that I never did clean up. Oh, I'm a pig, okay? My room is clean now, though. I have the bed leaned up against the wall now so that I could make more room for activities. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm thinking this through properly. Hopefully this is going to turn out good. We'll see, okay? I don't know. This isn't my idea. I totally stole this idea from Chocator. During the launch, they did this, and I loved it so much I had to do it. And y'all know, I love gnomes. So any opportunity for me to do a gnome, I'm with it. And I stinking love these tree cutouts. So if you want to make your own, or if you just want to make the trees themselves, you can type cutout in the comments and get the link to get yours, okay? At a discount tonight. Alright. Ooh, that's cute. That is cute. Okay, so that's my first one. Let me just set this right there and spray it real quick. Just plain water, okay? Look, I'll show you my little setup that I have. I have like a little stool over here. I have this dish mat thing that doesn't allow water to like drip. It's not just a towel. Hi Tammy, welcome. That I spray all my stuff on while it's sitting here in the room, and then I take it in there and wash it after I'm done. Okay, so now, what are we doing? Okay, my glue gun's been over here dripping. All right, waxing this one now. Okay, thank you. I'm glad y'all like it. I hope this inspires you. Definitely it would have been super cute with teal on this one, with purple. Oh my gosh. And silver. I need to plan another project now to do with purple and silver and teal, because I love it. And you know we have that purple paste. It's like shimmery too, which I love. Alright. Yeah, that thing it comes in clutch, doesn't it, Jackie? I mean, especially if I'm working with multiple transfers, I've got a lot going on, I'm in here for a while, then I can at least spray it and it can sit. Or I can clean my transfers on it, and I don't have, I won't get a bunch of water all over the place, you know? Because like on a towel, it's just going to get wet. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I have it right here. Oh, I'm losing my mind, okay? Alright. Okay, so I hope y'all are ready for my live sale. I'm so excited about it. I feel like it has been a long time. Normally I do one earlier in the month. But this month, because I had my vendor event and all that going on, I'm going out of town. Oh, I didn't do the sides. Let me do the sides. I forgot. Sorry. I get to talking, you know. Yep, I got it, Mom. I don't know if I really even need it or not, but I feel like I probably do with this dark blue paste. It's gonna go everywhere. I somehow always end up with it all over me, so. Oops. Alright. May not even be necessary, but better be safe than sorry, you know? Yeah, and really, you know, if I ever put up a Christmas tree in my house again, I haven't been putting one up. I put one up last year because it was a depressing year with COVID, right? So I think I put it up like, I don't know, maybe it was September. Who knows? But I had my Christmas tree up for a ridiculous amount of time last year. I just got a little one, you know? I have a tiny house. I know I tell y'all that all the time, but I literally have such a small house. There's no room for anything, okay? Literally, y'all, I got some boxes delivered yesterday because, like, I need a different shipping solution, okay? I've been trying, I ship stuff out so much, and I've got to get better about packaging things, okay? And so I went on Uline finally, and I bought some boxes, a bunch of them, okay? And really, it wasn't that many, okay? If I'm being honest, it didn't seem like it was that many. Let me put this up a little higher. Anyway, bought boxes. They show up yesterday. Well, okay, well, I only ordered, okay? I ordered 25 of some ones that I can mail big transfers in, and I can also put paste jars in there, okay? Because when I do my live sales, a lot of the time you guys buy a D size or an E size or even C size, and I can't put all that stuff into one of those flat envelope mailers. And UPS squeezed one of my packages one time and all the stuff came out of it whenever I mailed it in one of those little flat mailers, and they didn't cover it because they're jerks. So anyway, with their insurance, you know, so I had to replace all that product. And so I've been trying to come up with a way, instead of doing 2 separate packages, which really stinks, with like paste in one and transfers in the other, I thought, let's do boxes, right? Well, I ordered 25 of 2 different larger boxes, and then I also ordered 25 of some smaller ones that would be good for just paste, or like, I don't know, some flat ones for those gnomes that I have, the gnome cutouts. Because again, the post office decided they were going to crush one of my gnomes the other day, and the little hat broke off of it and it bent in half, and like, well, that's pretty rude. So anyway, I bought those boxes, right? Well, they show up and it is a ton of boxes, okay? I'm telling you, I was freaking out. And there's no way I could even carry them into the house because there were so many. I mean, it wasn't even that many, but it was because they were too heavy for me to be carrying them. Y'all. So I'm freaking out. Like, where am I going to put these now? Because I've got stuff everywhere. Every nook and cranny in this house is full. I promise you that. Yeah, and Chris is going to come home and he's going to be like, okay, dude, what is wrong with you? That's pretty. I like this with the cadet. Anyways, so luckily Chris came home and he didn't bat an eye. Not a single bit. Look, that's how you know I found the man of my dreams, because all the crazy, stupid stuff I do all the time, he does not even, it doesn't even faze him, okay? He's just like, okay, well, let me go take a shower and I'll bring all these boxes in for you. Decide where you want them. And I'm just like, That's awesome because, you know, I was kind of mad at myself for buying that many boxes. Okay, I'm going to try taking this tape off before we move on, okay? So anyway, I have a ton of boxes. I did find a place in the garage for them. My phone's ringing. That's okay. Anyway, I was able to find a home for them. Just barely, y'all. But I am glad I bought them because I do need a different shipping solution, okay? For all the stuff because I ship stuff constantly. Hi, I can't speak. Hi, Alma. How are you? Okay. Just making some gnomes, you know, my friend? Okay. I'm going to dry this one really quick so I can take the tape off of it too, so that we can get working on the rest of these little gnomies. Yeah, they're going to be really cute, I think. I think they will be. Okay, and I realized earlier I don't have any more of those little stands that I used for the other trees that I made, which those came in pretty handy too. The little simple shape bases, those things would work great on this so that they can stand up nicely and the beard won't be on the ground or on the table, whatever. It would be the ground for this gnome. Aren't they cute? They're gonna be real cute here in a minute. All right, yes ma'am, I can do that, Nancy. Perfect. Okay, so look, I have two choices for noses, okay? The only problem is I just noticed this one has a flat front on it. I don't know if that will be a problem. I think it might be. I don't know. I might be able to do something different with that. But I have beard material too. You know I do. I have two different colors of beard. So, here's what we could do. Okay, so we're going to measure this little dude out. And we just need like a little bit. Oops. Now this thing is so janky. It is garbage. This little X-Acto knife that I have. There. And then, it doesn't need to be that long. Alright, so what you want to do whenever you're cutting this beard material is cut from the back with an X-Acto knife, but you want to try not to cut the hair, okay? Like I literally just cut the hair as I was saying that. Just cut the material that holds it together in the back, okay? You don't want to cut it with scissors because if you do that, then you'll cut the hair. And then that completely is a moot point to even having this beard material because then it's just short, okay? And you want it to be long and flowing. Luscious. Okay? Alright, so cut these really quick and then we'll move on. Let me see how long it needs to be. Not much longer than that. So I bought these on Amazon. I bought several colors. I also got a lime green because I really want to make a gnome, a Grinch gnome. I was going to do one of these as the Grinch, but I don't have materials for arms and I want to go like all out. So I'm going to have to really figure that out in the next couple of weeks. Because I love the Grinch. He's my favorite Christmas character. Alright, You're funny. Alright. It's a lot easier to cut this way though, for sure. It's like going with the grain. So I'm just like kind of catching it underneath like the little stitches or whatever, trying to not cut deep. And obviously my finger's right under there, so I definitely don't want to cut my finger. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so uh-oh, this might be a problem. So there's that one, and then I want to cut this other one a little bigger because that's kind of small. Let's see. So all right, let's see. I do love a gnome. Who else loves gnomes as much as I do? Because, you know, I do. I have a friend that every time she sees anything that has even remotely anything to do with gnomes, she sends it to me, and I'm like, look, I'm not that obsessed with gnomes. Like, I don't have them in my house. I just think they're so cute. You know, I do have a couple. I do have a lot in my garden, okay? Like, out in the front. But I don't like the regular traditional gnomes. Like the red and blue and white ones. I like the cute ones. Chris keeps saying he's going to buy the one that's flipping the bird. I'm like, no, you're not going to do that. We're not having that. Or the one that's like drinking. I'm like, no, we already have like drunken skeletons on our porch. What more do you want? Yeah, they're still out there. I need to go out there and put some Santa hats on them so that they're still appropriate for the season. He really wants me to get some pilgrim hats for him, but by the time I find some pilgrim hats, it'll be too late. And I've got little Santa hats, so why not? Alright. Almost there, y'all. I know this is boring, but it's whatever. My mom's probably bored out of her mind watching me. Aren't you, Patty? Or she's afraid I'm going to cut myself and can't watch. I'm not going to cut myself. I promise. Okay. Hi, Kim. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Okay. Y'all, I say that so much on my lives that now I say it whenever people join my meetings. Thanks for joining us. Like, it's funny the things that become a habit that you say, you know? Finally, my goodness. Okay. Now, his beard's a little longer. Maybe he's gonna have an all the way around beard. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out too. Okay, this one just, he has trouble growing his beard, okay? And it's been a struggle for him to get his beard to grow. Let me trim it. Alright, so now I need to decide on the noses. I think I'm going to try and go with this one and see how it looks. And hopefully it won't be bad. Okay, so I'm thinking, yeah, I need to do the hair first and then, so let's paint these really quickly. I'm just going to use camel paste, okay? Nothing special. Just flesh toned, a little darker tan than Dune. Let's see. There we go. Hopefully I can keep from knocking it off of here. So if it goes rolling across the carpet, it's probably going to have hairs or something stuck all over it. Normally I paint little wooden balls like this in a plastic bag, but I did not consider that before I came in here, so you get what you get. Alright. Yeah, it's on. It's been on since before I even started my video. Alright. Hopefully I can hide this little flat side of this nose. I don't know. We'll see. We will be seeing. If not, they're just going to have a flat tip of their nose. I don't know what else I could do for it. Y'all, I cannot believe it's almost Thanksgiving. Like, it's really crazy. And that it's like nearly December. It's just nuts. That's flying by like this. Don't forget though, the Black Friday sale for the week is size B transfers. And they're all 40% off while they're lasting, okay? There's still a ton of them left. Holiday transfers and regular transfers. All different kinds of retired stuff. I'm not making him a pig gnome, Mom. No. 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 You could buy the supplies on sale tonight and make your own little pig gnome if you want to make a gnome. Make a little pig gnome. Alright. Okay, now that you've watched me literally watching paint dry, alright, gonna just put a little bit of, oops. I knocked that over and then startled Cream, and now he's back here. Okay. Okay. Adding a little more glue. Oops. Alright. I'll let that sit for a minute. Work on this one for a sec. And then we'll go back to the other one. Add a nose. And we'll be done. Son. So you can type cut out, okay, to get the link to get your own. Now, just part the hair. You know what? I think I could do this and turn it just a little bit. Well, I just don't want you to be able to, you'll be able to see that whole, well, maybe not. It's right on, like looking at you straight in the face, you can really tell that it's a flat side on this. So, I'm gonna just quickly paint the other end on both of these and try to use, I'm going to try and aim it down a little bit so that you can't see it as much. You can still see it, but if you go to buy these balls, get some that don't have a flat end, because I guess they're supposed to be like little feet for like a tier tray or like a tray of some sort, you know. So, yeah, I think that'll work. So, like, right there. And then, the only thing I don't like is that you can kind of see the hole. I don't know if I like it. But I definitely don't like it like that. I mean, it's fine. Thank you, Alma. Glad you like it. Trying to groom his beard a little bit more. I need to probably glue this one around the edges. And then to trim this one too, I think, on the bottom because it's a little long. Like, the beard material is hanging down a little. Well, I guess that one is sort of too. What do you think? I think they're pretty cute, y'all. I'm liking it. All right, so check me out. Look how stinking cute these turned out. Oh my God. They're adorable. I love them. I love gnomes. If you love gnomes too, you can make these pretty easy, simple. No, I don't have anything, I don't think, that would work as a nose. Oh, I do forget though. I made this little ball, and I was planning on making another one too for the top of his hat. So let's put that on there real quick. I do need a little stand for him though to sit on. Look. I love it. I need to figure out something for him to stand him up. I think I have... Oh! I do have some of these left. Okay, let's see. Hold on, y'all. I gotta back up a little bit. So I used yarn for that one, but I have this string that I think will go better with his outfit. So, let's do this. Uh-oh. Y'all, I'm messing up. Okay. I learned how to do this about 5 minutes before I started, okay? Good, I'm glad you like it, Phyllis. Thank you for joining me. Alright. Hopefully this string will work well. So, then you just... What I did is I just wrapped it around a couple times. Took this one and wrapped it around. And then tie a nice little knot a couple of times. Okay. And then cut that one to the same size. And cut your loops. Hoping the string will work. I don't know. No, I don't think it is. I think it's too stiff. So, I have a backup plan right here. I was hoping that one would work, but that's fine. That's fine that it doesn't want to work. Because I got a plan B. Should have grabbed white yarn, but that's okay. You know what? Let me grab some white yarn. Hold on. I have some right here. Okay. Alright, y'all. I know. I'm sorry. Driving myself crazy with this too, so... Ooh, I like the burlap idea. I don't know that I have... Well, I do have some burlap ribbon somewhere around here. I don't know precisely where it's at right off the top of my head. Alright. here we go. You know, things have to be difficult occasionally. Tie a couple little knots and then we'll do the same thing. We'll trim it off right here. And then cut the loops. And I got a little puff ball. Okay. Oh. It's not perfect, but it'll do. All right. Trying to figure out the best way to glue this so that you can't see the center part. Oh, it's kind of janky looking. Not loving it. Hold on. I think that's a little better. All right. So now, let me add some little, I think this will help them stand up a little taller. Yeah, and their beards won't be dragging the ground. So, I'm only going to put glue on the front part, and then I'm just going to put it on the back half. I don't want it to be, hopefully that'll be enough to hold it. Yeah. Okay. So just like that, so that it will give it a stand to stand on, but it also won't be right up against that beard material. Okay. And then I want to do the same thing here. I think I want to actually, I'm going to do it on the side this time, like that, because his beard's a little bit longer, and I think, yeah, it'll still be too short if I do it the other way. So again, I want to do it the same way, just on the front half, put glue, and glue it just like that, okay? Well, this one needs to go a little bit further than just half, okay? With it being so tall, it's a little top heavy. So, what do you think? Do you love them? I think that they're pretty stinking cute. So let me know what you think. You can't see from the front, you can't see the little holes in his nose. I know you can see it once he's sitting down, but hopefully you won't be looking at that. Or you can, like, I don't know, maybe we can move some of his hair. Look, maybe his eyebrows are so long that, oops, they're covering. Let me see if I can do something about that. Maybe. Burn it. I was trying to add a little bit of glue and I'm thankful for tweezers over here in my craft space. That one, there's not much I can do about it, but this one I feel like has some room to move. Alright, anyhow. Yeah, I think that they turned out pretty cute. That's what I've got. I do need to trim this one's beard a little bit. It's getting a little out of control. Just like this little bottom part right here is just a little much. But I can do that and it won't be a problem. Anywho, get you some. Any questions, just let me know, okay? I'm here to answer them. I love you guys so much. Don't forget, I do have my live sale on Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow. Sign up for text alerts if you haven't already, okay? We'll talk later. Y'all have a great night.